Hello, good evening, Manchester United fans and football fans watching in as well, live from Manchester here. And we have got your jam-packed, updated Manchester United transfer show this evening. And I mean jam-packed. It has been a very, very weirdly busy day for Manchester United today in terms of news, with lots of reports coming out contradicting the other reports. What's true, what's not in Manchester United's pursuit of Bryan Mbeumo. Manchester United's goalkeeping hunt. We heard about Martinez this morning. Then we're hearing about another goalkeeper, but Romano has just dropped another one on Martinez. More to come on that. That is very interesting. Excites me so much when I'm talking about goalkeepers. I'm a sado, aren't I? But you know what it means to Man United when we change a goalkeeper. Honestly, it's crazy. It is. Rashford turns another Premier League club down. More information on that also. And what is going on with all of Manchester United's other outings. Apparently, we have said no to an Antony bid. And there is contact between Chelsea and Manchester United over Garnacho. We've got a lot to get through, as you can see. So let's get on with the show. Please do get your comments in the live section, everybody. If you're catching up later, you know what to do. Get your comments in. You might be late from work. The traffic might be busy. It's a hot day out there as well. Hopefully you've got aircon in them cars as well. It is baking out there. But yes, if you are catching up later on, get into the comment section, please, everybody. Give me your thoughts. And let's get going with this show. Hello. Welcome. And like I said, it has been quite busy for Manchester United today. And I want to start with the Bryan Mbeumo. Now, I did an update show at midday, as we usually always do in the middle of the week. And there was a lot of talk earlier on and contrasting reports regarding Manchester United's pursuit of Bryan Mbeumo. One source came out, which I reported on earlier on, saying that this deal is now close. And then another source has come out and said that he could still go to Tottenham. Now, the rumour is, it's not a rumour actually, what am I talking about? It's the wrong word completely. Duncan Castles has come out and said that from what he knows, Manchester United aren't the only club that could end up with Bryan Mbeumo in their squad next season. He feels like there is still a chance that Bryan Mbeumo could end up at Spurs. He's so late on the scene with these reports. This is everything that everyone else was talking about 5 days ago. When it comes to the story around Manchester United, you've got other reports saying that Bryan Mbeumo now is set to sign for Manchester United. This deal is now done. You got others saying that the agreement now is in place and everything is moving forward. Graham Bailey has come out this evening also and said that this is moving forward. Duncan Castles basically has just, I think, hedged his bets a little bit, covered himself, and still said that Tottenham is option for Bryan Mbeumo. The 70 million price tag that Duncan Castles has come out with and said is what Brentford wants was the price that was stated by Fabrizio Romano about 2.5 weeks ago. It's not going to be 70 million quid. It's not going to be anywhere near that. Manchester United's bid, indeed, and this is what everybody's saying now as well, and this is one thing that everybody's online with right now, is it's just over 60 million. It's in excess of 60 million for Bryan Mbeumo. United have gone up by way over 5 million more on their previous bid of 55 million. So this is a significant raise from Manchester United. So what I tend to agree with and what makes more sense out of every single report on the Bryan Mbeumo situation was the Ben Jacobs one, and I think Romano pretty much alongside him as well. But Ben Jacobs and how he worded it, I think, was bang on the money. And he said that Manchester United now want to verbally agree everything in place, all of the stipulations, all of the add-ons, the fees, with everything, with the agents. They want to know all of the initial payments. They want to know the structure, how long it's going over, obviously, how much each payment is. Absolutely everything to a T, everything verbally agreed. So they know that when this official second bid goes in, which is in excess of £60 million, when that goes in, then it will be accepted. There is going to be no if, buts or maybes. They want to make sure that what they're offering is going to be the one that gets the job done. So this, I think, is obviously, they've put the first bid in. They've tested the arm. They've shown their intent. They've gone to Brentford. They've gone official. They've got the bid. Bryan Mbeumo had already told Manchester United he wants to go to them. So United went in with a bid. That bid was obviously the lower bid of 55 million. So now Manchester United, that was complete with all the add-ons on. Manchester United now is in excess of 60 million. So you can expect that to be probably around the 50 53 to 55 million with some 8 to 10 million in add-ons or something like that. I think it's going to be in the realms of where the Matthias Cunha bid is. I think it's going to be pretty much bang on exactly the same price. There is never in a million years a chance that Manchester United were going to get anywhere near 70 million that Brentford wanted. This was the price that they wanted, and they would do everything to try and get as high and as close to that as they possibly could, was what Castle said. And yeah, that's what we knew from the start. So that is real. That's factual. Like, this is what Romano said, though. So it isn't like this is breaking news. This isn't like this something happened all of a sudden and Brentford wants 70 million now. No. They want what they feel is a fair price, and there's nobody else bidding. And now, from the other reports that have been said from several sources now, it's keep your notifications on time, because the Here We Go is on its way. The done deal, signed, sealed and delivered, is on its way for Bryan Mbeumo. Manchester United are about to sign their second major signing of the season, and it should be done. Like, the worst case scenario right now, from what everybody's saying, is it will be done before the end of this month. Look, we've got less than 2 weeks left of this month, so it's going to be done within the next week. And that was the report that I ran with earlier on today at midday. It's going to be a case of Manchester United get this wrapped up probably by the start of next week. Maybe we'll get some more information coming out this weekend on this and how close this actually is. The one thing that I'm really interested in and intrigued in is how much United got him for. Because I just want to look at all of the Man United fans that have been stressing out when this deal comes in, and it's a lot less than what we all thought it was going to be, because United had played hardball and got this to the price that they wanted. And then ask the United fans, did you mind waiting that extra week and a half and complaining about this deal not being done, Manchester United being too slow? I want to ask that question to all the Man United fans, and hopefully there's quite a few of them in the live chat when we do announce Bryan Mbeumo, because that, I think, is something that needs to be brought up. What would you rather get? A proper structure and a management team which is going to negotiate a deal that fits Manchester United's budget and fits what they want, and they're not overpaying. So like I said, in the future, if Bryan Mbeumo wants to be sold by Man United in 4 or 5 years' time, he's going to be hitting just under his 30s. Man United won't have a lot on the books in terms of wages. It will be manageable, and someone will easily be able to buy Bryan Mbeumo if indeed he wants to go. And that's a decision that Manchester United will make at the time. But if Bryan Mbeumo wants to continue on in maybe 3 years, he gets a contract extension of 2 years. So then he goes into 31, 32. And he's hitting all of the numbers that's necessary. You know that this Man United structure is only going to give him that contract because, let's be honest, who have we give a contract to so far that has been at the club that Ineos didn't sign? Bruno Fernandes, yeah, he deserved it. And Ahmad, yeah, he deserved it as well. So you know, if Bryan Mbeumo gets another contract on top of that and earns more money at the end, or maybe 3 or 4 years into this deal, he's earned it. Because Ineos are not going to give these deals away willy-nilly. They're not going to do a Marcus Rashford. They're not going to do stupid renewals of contracts for players that don't deserve it. There's no more Victor Lindelofs of this world happening at Manchester United. Luke Shaw's, these type of players getting deals when they should be moved on. Let's see now if they stick to their word, Manchester United structure as well. 2 years in, have you made it? Have you made an impact? Are you good enough for Manchester United? If not, sling your hook. That's what Omar Barada has said. He has been very clear with that from the get-go. So let's see what happens. But all you need to know is that they've negotiated a good deal, like they have with Matthias Cunha. Now Manchester United are in a position that even later down the line, this isn't going to really affect them. It's going to benefit them because they indeed will have room to manoeuvre because, yes, indeed, he's not on a stupid contract. That's what Man United needed. So that's what I've put across every single time I've had an opportunity to. When arguing about these deals, why this deal hasn't happened, why it's so slow, all of these questions coming in, it's because we want to get the right deal. And I feel like they've done this with Bryan Mbeumo. And I think this deal is going to shock a few people because I think it's not going to be as much as what people are thinking. I reckon that there is going to be add-ons in this which are going to take it over 60 million. But United's initial fee is going to be in the 50 million bracket. 50 million, whatever, in the 50s. Couldn't get my word out right then, but you know what I mean by that. It's not going to be like 60 million down here and a few million in add-ons. It's going to be 50 plus million with add-ons which are very clear for Brentford and what they want and easily achievable. So what are easy achievable add-ons? Well, that's for Man United to discuss with Brentford, and obviously I feel that if they are easy achievable add-ons, you're probably looking at appearances, you're probably looking at goals, you're probably looking at Man United finishing in a certain position. I've got no problem with the add-ons, because add-ons always mean that player has achieved them add-ons and has done well. 50 million down the drain. Tony Marshall scores again. Remember that? 50 million? It never got to 50 million because he didn't win the bleeding Ballon d'Or. That's the one good add-on clause that probably Ed Woodward ever negotiated for Manchester United. My God, that was never going to get triggered, was it? So it's never the full price. It never is. If it is the full price, then we're hey. You know why? Because he's earned it, and that means that we're doing well. So I really don't care. You look at the initial price, and anything else on top of that United have to pay is all good, because that player has absolutely done it and smashed it. And you know what? I think Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo will both hit the full value of them transfer fees, and Wolves and Brentford will both be happy because these are properly recruited players. It's not difficult. Like I said, I'm not like pulling out a young lad here that's going to be the next Mbappe and giving total praise to the recruitment team. It's obviously a good piece of business for Manchester United more than anything. Proper recruitment. And do you know what, actually, when you say this, and you can laugh off the proper recruitment side of things and say, of course it is, Adam. Like, it's a no-brainer getting players like that. Look at what they've done. But this is still something that Manchester United have not done for years. For years. They haven't recruited the right Premier League players and the right characters. So you could say that this is something that is important right now and is decent. Well, we're probably got our standards and our bar so low, we think that everything is good. Still, you get where I'm coming from. I'm really happy with how this has gone for this transfer window so far. Yes, it is the positive train here on Forever United TV. If you don't like it, no one in the audience cares. We like a balanced view here. So come into the chat, have your say, be respectful. But obviously, we aren't going to just run a negative slant like most people do. I think this has been good so far. I really do. I really do think that this has been an absolutely really good window for Manchester United. And yeah, when you look at everything that's going on, just going to quickly, let's just see now, because we have got a bit of updates coming in regarding the goalkeeping situation, which we do need to get on because it is important, very important, in fact. So yeah, Bryan Mbeumo, top of the tree. Quickly, let's get into the chat before we move on. Glenn with a super chat. Thank you, Glenn. I noticed Brentford puts out a goal compilation 25/25 for him in a couple of hours ago on X. Hopefully a goodbye post follows soon and he signs for Manchester United. I did see that post, actually. I'm thinking that is weird timing, isn't it, all of a sudden? But yeah, I don't think Brentford are going to stand in the way of Bryan Mbeumo as long as they agree a deal. Thanking him for his time, I think, is the right way to go. You could look at that as a sign as to what is to come in as well, I feel. But yes, I think this is definitely a positive for Manchester United. We're moving in the right direction, people. That's all you need to know. We're in there. We are actually in there. All right. Okay. Yeah, anyone asking for this jersey again, the link is in the live chat pinned up there. That's where I got my top from. Anyone who wants to get this one and many others, quality ones, that purple one that everyone loves, that's on that link in the live chat now, everybody. Okay, jerseys, go give them a look. Let's get some more comments in on this one. Do you know what? Everybody's going in on the Onana situation, so we might as well go in and crack on with that right now because it is quite big. So, in terms of what has been said, and this has come from Fabrizio Romano, so we can take this as important. Martinez will be willing to join Manchester United this summer, even without Champions League football. Initial contact has been made with his agent, and Martinez is waiting to see what happens with Andre Onana. Initial contacts have taken place for Martinez. He's ready to say yes to Manchester United. That's what Romano has said. Now, on to the next bit regarding how Manchester United make this happen. It is also important about Andre Onana and what happens in the out column. Saudi clubs maintain interest in Andre Onana, but no proposals yet. This story could develop later this summer. The club is monitoring the goalkeeping situation in case Onana's future changes. Vanja remained on the shortlist since March, and Emi Martinez is open to joining. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic is that one from Torino. Now we're hearing that Napoli are ready to put a bid in for Milinkovic-Savic, so that would take one off There is another story going around today regarding Diogo Costa from Porto, and that apparently is Ruben's top goalkeeping targets. Now, he was supposedly going to Manchester City, and that looked like it was all getting done and wrapped up. No movement on that yet. City have been busy elsewhere. Obviously, now they're out in the States for the Club World Cup, so I don't know where their stance is on the goalkeeping situation at the moment at City, but that could indeed obviously develop over the summer as well. Like Romano has said here, the goalkeeping situation seems to be one that the club isn't too concerned about right now, but if the right development came about or the right noises came from a real target, then United might start making moves. Romano sticks to that belief, though, that Emi Martinez comes to Manchester United if, indeed, Andre Onana leaves. Whether United will push this towards the back end of the window, because Villa need to sell. But there is also a part that Ben Jacobs brought up as well, which apparently the PSR situation for Villa has developed to a point where they could and need to maybe sell Emi Martinez before the end of June. And an opportunity to maybe get Emi Martinez cheaper could come now in the next 2 weeks, 10 days before this month finishes. So that's going to be one to keep an eye on. And no actual coincidence here, I don't think, in that we're now starting to hear a lot of noises from Emi Martinez's camp. It feels like Aston Villa, and I've seen Aston Villa accounts on X talking about Manchester United making contact with Emi Martinez. This is widespread now. Everybody knows about it. I still remember around about 4 weeks ago when we first ran this Emi Martinez story. We was out for a weekend, away for a weekend, and I remember running it. I still stick by it. Like, I just think it's fantasy land for Manchester United. I really do rate the goalkeeper, and I don't think we're going to get him. But the more and more I listen, to like Romano and read what's been said as well, I get more and more confident that Manchester United might be open to this. And Romano has always stood by the stance, always had the stance of this could change at any point this summer. Keep an eye on Andre Onana. Keep an eye on him. Things could change very, very quickly on Onana. And Emi Martinez wants Manchester United. How good does that sound? Another player that isn't bothered about Champions League football. All he wants to do is join Manchester United. The fact that we have got proven Premier League players that are saying no to everybody else and wanting to join Manchester United. Is this not what Ruben and Omar Berrada wanted? You have got a world-class operator ready to come to Manchester United. He wants us over everybody else. I say make it happen. 100%. Their goalkeeper changes so much at Manchester United. I cannot stress this enough, how important a goalkeeper is. Everybody else's game changes when you've got a goalkeeper that's dropping clangers left, right and centre. If you've not got confidence in your goalkeeper, you haven't got confidence in your own game, because no matter what you do, you're always thinking that this guy is going to balls it up behind you. It's more pressure on a goalkeeper. They need to be a lot more stable. There's a lot more on them to be at the highest level than there is everybody else. You make a mistake on the pitch, you can recover. A goalkeeper can't. But a goalkeeper cannot make the amount of mistakes that Andre Onana makes and get away with it. I'm sorry. Not for 2 seasons in a row. That's beyond for Manchester United. If the money's there to get Emi Martinez, and that's if, and it's a big if, obviously, we know, and I've been banging on about Man United's financial situation. I'm well aware, and I'm not ignoring it just for the sake of changing Andre Onana. I get it. We do have to make movements in the out column before we can actually bring someone like this in. But maybe it doesn't have to be Andre Onana leaving to make this happen. Maybe other sales could bring in Emi Martinez. I'm telling you now, Sammy Lucas came out earlier on and said Man United's people around United are talking about 4 signings. 3 to come into the first team, and 4th, and anything past that is a work in progress. I don't think so. I think it's 4 players to come right into Man United starting 11. We could be seeing a goalkeeper being one of them. I really do. I know that Emi Martinez divides opinion, so let's come into the comments section and see what you think on Emi Martinez as a potential Manchester United goalkeeper next season. Would you spend the money there? Obviously, I'm going to just say this now before we get into the comments. If Man United get the opportunity to get Emi Martinez and it's going to be affordable for them, are you in for him? I'm not saying change the whole structure of what you want to do in the windows to get Martinez in. I'm saying if the opportunity comes around and it looks like it's there, do you go all in on that and pursue it? Got the purple shirts, a very good quality. Cheers, Adam, says Antony. Another person there who's actually used the same link that I did. Just trying to help you all out by giving you a chance to get your shirts and get some good, decent retros and specialist shirts as well. Okay, jerseys in the live chat. Thank you for that, Antony. 19 months a member. Great comment. And thank you for your support, mate. Absolutely love that. Another super chat in from Neil. Adam, 60-year-old supporter, saw the Trinity play. Great job with FUTV. Best and most objective United channel out there. Keep up the great work. Man, I love that comment. Thank you very much, Neil. Really appreciate that, mate. I've had some criticism. I've had quite a lot. But that's just the world. And that's what this game is, to be honest, here on YouTube. But I always try to keep it absolutely real with everything and always balance the arguments out. And I do strongly believe that a goalkeeper would make a huge difference. And I know there's a few of you that agree with me. I know there's a lot of you that don't agree with me. That's fine. It really is. I just know. I know. And I'm not saying I played at the highest level, but you don't have to have played at the highest level to know that the effect a poor goalkeeper has on your game, it is immense. And if you've got a beast in goal, someone you know and can trust in goal that is willing to go above and beyond, which Martinez is, we've seen clearly. Yeah, he's a bit of an head the ball. He's a bit of a crazy character. I need some more of them at Man United. I really do. Honestly, bring me some of them crazy South American players. Let's bring some grit and determination back to United. I honestly feel like that would just change everything. And having a confident, competent goalkeeper in your side changes it does. Build from the back, they say. Build from the back. I don't think our defence was appalling last season. I don't. I think it was let down. Communication, passing, everything. The confidence in building out from the back in a Ruben Amorim system with Martinez in goal is immense compared to what we've had with Andre Onana. And I'm not just saying this, I promise you, I don't want to keep digging Andre Onana out, and everybody feels like I've got this real agenda against him, but I'm sat in Old Trafford, and I'm seeing this man not even be able to kick a ball. He kicks the ball, it's like them bloody ankle passes, where he kicks it and it bobbles up and down. He can't even hit a crisp, clean pass. I've been at Carrington when he's been faffing around and jumping around when we're on our arses in the league and having the worst season ever, joking around in front of all of the media. I'm like, seriously, read the room, mate. I don't want people like that. That's just my own personal preference on what I like to see in our hour of need, because that's what we need right now. And yes, Martinez is a clown. He is. He's got all of them dark arts and all of them stupid sort of characteristics in his game, but he backs it up. I'm sorry, he is immense. And you know what? If United did have a penalty shootout, I'd feel confident that we would win it with him in goal. Definitely. I just think he just adds an extra layer of confidence to our performance. And that's where I'm at with it. I really am. Okay, moving on. David De Gea, after saving RVP penalty, he improved a lot. And improved a lot and second way better than his first season. He was young too and lacked experience. And Onana is his mid-20s and has experience and yet made mistakes. Look, Andre Onana saved that one against Copenhagen. I remember it at Old Trafford. You're thinking, turning point of the season? Nah, not Andre Onana. He got worse. So, I'm sorry. I think there's a better keeper out there in Emi Martinez, and he wants United. Shut up, Gray. Evening, people. I think we gotta wait until July 1st, a new PSR year. Then we will sign him in terms of Brian Mbeumo. Look, don't worry. Manchester United will have Mbeumo in before pre-season starts. That's all we need to worry about and know about. That will happen. Vanja is a better option, says DW. Could well be. Might turn out to be another capable goalkeeper who I would love in there ahead of Andre Onana. I just like Martinez. Personal preference, that's all. Ben says, if it comes to the front three and centre mid, I'm letting Onana stay another season. If they can't get rid of him, he is a problem. But we didn't score, and that's where we lose. Don't score, no wins. I get what you're saying, mate. I get what you're saying, but I'll stick with Fergie. You build from the back. And that's it. Your foundation is your defence and goalkeeper. If they're solid, it gives everybody a bit more confidence to express themselves. You're worried. If you're a midfielder or you're an attacking player, you're running forward. You know when the pressure's on you to make something happen at that moment. Because if you don't and you lose the ball, the opposition's going to run down the other end of the pitch, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to go in the freaking net. Because you look at the amount of shots Man United conceded. The defence held out for quite a while last season. We didn't concede hardly anywhere near as many shots as we did under Erik ten Hag. But still, every time the shot went, it went in. Or there was a problem with it. And that's the issue that you've got. The pressure is on the front line because there is nothing coming from behind them. There's no support there. It's like one mistake up front means that they've got a better chance of winning the game because you haven't taken that chance. I get it. We need to take our chances and score goals. And you only win games by scoring goals. But you can score plenty of goals and still have a goalkeeper that drops clangers after clangers. And can you imagine if United are winning games and then he drops the clanger and puts pressure on and we end up not winning that game? What the atmosphere is going to be like in that changing room. We already know about fallouts from the Lyon game with Andre Onana. Like literally threw that game away on its own after the team went out and performed the way they did in a hostile environment and got a great result until the clangers of Andre Onana. That's what it does to you. It starts to divide the dressing room more than anything, and that's my big concern with Andre Onana. It's like what the players are thinking every time he makes a mistake. Let's get a couple more comments in as well. Andrea, thank you very much for the super chat. Martinez has had 2 bad seasons. Yes, he's better than Onana. I would take him for 20 million. He's getting old. I would go for Costa. 32 isn't old, everybody. It's not old for a goalkeeper. It really isn't. I'll tell you this now. If United sign Martinez, he'll last longer than what David De Gea did at Manchester United. There you go. There's one for you. There's a prediction for you right there. If Martinez signs at 32, he will last longer at United than David De Gea did at United. That's my prediction. Greg says, if we get Cunha, Bryan and Martinez, I'm feeling excited for next season. Add a striker that's better than what we have, and it's absolute optimism in my opinion. Yes, American Juice, stay classy. You too, mate. Thanks for the renewal of your membership as well. And back into the chat we go, and let's see what else we've got here. Just scrolling up as well, just to try and get a few more comments. Rochelle says, Adam, we need to get the spine of the team right. Bruno, Casemiro, Højlund and Onana are weak. I hope the scouts can see it. I think the scouts do. I really do. And now I think we've got a recruitment team and the board that understand that as well. And I put in the football at the forefront of the issue for Manchester United. We don't earn money unless United are doing well. That is where it's at. If United do well, we get into Europe. We get more money, we get more gate receipts, we get more revenues coming in. If you do well in that, you get to the Champions League. And then it just opens up completely. Past that, the Club World Cup is opening up from 32 teams to 48. It's a shit tournament, but it's worth 100 million. And that, oh my God, for Manchester United, changes everything when you've got a proper recruitment team in place. All of a sudden, you can go out and get the deals like what Liverpool are doing right now. Because you have got now the second year of proper structure and transfer planning and transfer window in place. So they get this window out of the way now. There's 2 summers in the bag for this new recruitment team. And then that works as the foundation going forward. Because then in these 2 transfer windows, we'll be waiting to see, okay, what have we got come through? Who has progressed from these transfer windows? Are they regulars in the first team right now? Will Chido have cemented his place? Will Kone make it through into the first team? Will Diego Leon actually be a superstar that Manchester United discovered before anybody else from South America? Unheard of in the past for Manchester United. Of course, you've got Heaven there, you've got Dorgu there, you've got Mazraoui, De Ligt, you've got Yoro, all of these players that we're talking about, Agate, Xerxes, where will they be? That's when we'll judge in this recruitment team and this new management team. Next summer's window, when we have to see what we have to buy in. If we're having to buy centre-backs, 2 or 3 centre-backs, next summer, then we need to criticise the recruitment team because we have bought an abundance of centre-backs in over the last 2 windows. So I don't think we're going to be there. I think we've got fantastic options at centre-back now. And I am not concerned one bit with where we're at right now. 1 more year of Harry Maguire, fantastic. Maybe you need to bring in another centre-back next summer. I don't think you do. I think you've got Heaven there, you've got Martinez, you've got Mazraoui, you've got De Ligt, you've got Yoro. I'm sorry, we've got an absolute abundance of centre-backs right now. You've got good centre-backs coming through. We've seen Fredrickson, we've seen Kokonke. Monroe's just signed his new deal from the academy as well. It gives these young lads time to come into a well-settled side rather than being thrown in at the deep end like we have done the last few years and expect too much from our academy players. Fredrickson played, 3 or 4 games at the end, so did Amanda. Work on your game, let's come back again. Oh, he did well in the under-18s. Bang, in you go. And now you are the superstar of Manchester United. There's the big shirts. There's the big contracts. And let's pin him up on the front of Old Trafford for the next sponsor to see. No, that can't happen anymore. That was the Man United of old. Now we're looking at a proper structured plan. And that's what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, like I said, judge it in another couple of years. I may be sat here absolutely licking my wounds and facing that big L for a big loss because I got it wrong. But I can only judge what I've seen in 2 seasons. On the pitch, shocking. They made a big mistake in keeping Ten Hag. But off the pitch, recruitment-wise, I don't think it's been that bad. This summer is going to be a big judge of that. And a judge of how good they are because of the restrictions that we've got financially, I feel. That was a big, long rant, that, wasn't it? Sorry, everyone. Don't think Leon will be in the academy for long. A boy looks like he's 28. Rojo on steroids. Beast, an absolute monster of a kid. Absolute confidence oozing out of him, this lad. He is reported to going straight into the academy. He's going to sign for Man United the next 2 weeks, or arrive in the next 2 weeks. So 1st of July, I think he's in Manchester, and then he's fully Man United player. And he will be going on the tour. Speaking of the tour, Marcus Rashford has said he's not going on the tour, by the way. Marcus Rashford has also turned down an offer from Newcastle. Why? Yeah, it's coming. You ready? He wants Barcelona. Honestly, the reports that are coming out on that, and they've come out this afternoon, I don't get it. I was talking earlier on the midday show that Marcus Rashford and his people need to get a grip of him and give him some home truths. He has been humbled this last year. Ruben did the unthinkable. He dropped the homegrown darling of Manchester United, Marcus Rashford, and didn't play him. He let him sit it out. And then he sent him on loan second part of the season. And he didn't want to stay at Villa. He still thought that he was bigger than what he is. He has been told he's not going on the Manchester United tour. So when he comes back, sling your hook. You're out again. Go and find the club. You're not welcome anymore. You're not welcome at Man United. You're not going to get a place at Barcelona. You're not going to get a place in any of the squads at the top level teams in any of the big leagues in Europe. Simple as. Know where you belong. And if he's turning down Newcastle, it's ludicrous. It really is. Look, by the way, Newcastle's offer was a loan only. Again, another loan for a Manchester United player. That, I think, is going to be a common theme throughout the rest of this window now. I don't see Manchester United easily getting the deals that they want. It's just going to be an awkward window for United. Quickly, just for anyone who is just joining us, a few of you are, Bryan Mbeumo to Manchester United. Contrasting reports running around, but the majority of the reliable sources are saying that Bryan Mbeumo is now pretty much done and he's ready to sign for Manchester United. He is, because United and Brentford have come together and it looks like we are getting very, very close to that deal now being done. And that's the word floating around at the moment on that one. So we're expecting this to be done before the end of June. So, yeah, it seems like it might drag on a little bit. We may even get some information or more updates before the weekend or through the weekend. So stay tuned for that. So obviously, make sure that you have subscribed to Forever United TV, everybody, and the bell notifications are on. That way you will be well aware of what is happening around Manchester United. I'll have you completely covered. As soon as that drops, we're away and we're live. And we're getting your thoughts on it. And I don't think it's going to be far away now. Also, Fabrizio Romano, a very, very important update from him on Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez has said yes to Manchester United, says Fabrizio Romano. He's waiting now for United to make a move. He's not bothered about Champions League football. There's that line again. That's the key for Manchester United to go in. That's what it's been before. We need a keeper. Is this going to now force Manchester United's hand with Andre Onana and tell him you need to find another club because we've got another goalkeeper coming in? And maybe that then gets Andre Onana's people into action, and here comes the Saudi bid. Onana will get the money he wants in the Saudi Pro League. And Romano has said nothing is off the table with Andre Onana. Romano has said this, not Onana. Did I say that right then? Sorry. Yeah, Romano has said that there's nothing off the table for Andre Onana this summer. So keep an eye on that one. But Ben Jacobs just dropped a little bit in on that today that nobody's picked up on yet. Villa's PSR situation could develop where they need to sell him in the next 11 days before the start of the new financial year. So maybe we'll get something in the next week on Emi Martinez, one way or the other. Keep an eye on that one. Manchester United have turned down the offer from Real Betis, apparently. We ran this story the other day. They are not loaning Antony. This is another story that's going around at the moment. They want a permanent deal done. Whether or not the loan with obligation at a certain amount works for them, I don't know. Manchester United are looking to move Antony on. Somebody's going to have to come in with a bigger bid for Antony, I think. Betis are trying and trying and trying, but United are not in, and this is what this report is, United are not in any frame of mind to do favours for Real Betis. They've got to look after number one. I'm happy with that stance. That's exactly where Manchester United need to be. We need to be bidding, we need to be getting teams bidding in and bidding Manchester United for Antony right now. Ben, welcome to the Members Club as well, gifted by our man London on that one. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that. Almost 500 likes in as well, everyone. Keep them likes totting up, people. Andre, you need to find another club if that's even possible. There's the boot. It says boxing. Let's get a few more comments in. Deal agreed. Official announcement in July for Mbeumo. Says Nico. Rashford has lost the plot, says Steve. Some very interesting comments coming in right here. I'm losing faith, Adam. It's ridiculous. He should be ours. Is that Mbeumo, Shane? I think that's Mbeumo there. You can't lose faith when Man United are trying to get the deal to work for them. Said this many times before, and sorry if I'm repeating myself again. Would you rather us do what we did with Mason Mount and go, there you go, there's everything that you want, and there's a massive wage packet for you, on a player that nobody did any research on in terms of his injury history and what he'd just been through with Chelsea? Or would you rather Manchester United negotiate a good wage for Bryan Mbeumo, get him on board, and then obviously make it impossible for Brentford to go anywhere else and get a really good deal for us? That's where I'm at. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. I think it's a great way for Manchester United to operate. It's the way we should always do it. Let's just check on the situation with everything right now in the news. Let's just double check on everything to make sure that we're not missing anything. There is loads going on right now. Breaking again. Manchester United advances in talks for Emi Martinez. The goalkeeper is willing to go to the Red Devils, and formal negotiations with Aston Villa are expected to begin in the next few days. Another source, this time coming out from Argentina off the back of what Romano has said. Very, very interested. We've got lots of accounts jumping onto what Romano has said now. It looks like movement on the goalkeeping front, and this could be big for Manchester United. Honestly, this is party popper time for me. Bunting on the street, everything, if they get this deal done. Again, that's where I'll leave it, because I don't want to sound like I'm absolutely nailing the guy while he's down. But, yeah, we need this deal to happen. There is another story floating around regarding João Palhinha. Manchester United are ready to explore a loan deal for João Palhinha if it becomes clear that he will be available after holding internal talks with Bayern Munich over his future. That from Dean Jones Soccer. That's a Gimme Sports link there as well. Palhinha on loan? Yeah, makes complete sense. Loan market is something that United might have to tap into. Palhinha, if he's unhappy and not getting game time, which it doesn't look like he is at Bayern Munich, Premier League proven player again without spending any real money. Seriously, come on, that's just a no-brainer, isn't it? Palhinha for a year, and then hopefully helps us get where we need to go, and bang, we can spend big money the following summer on a midfielder when Casemiro leaves, when Sancho's officially gone. Harry Maguire is officially gone. João Palhinha on loan is something that I would be all over for Manchester United. I really would. There's loads of stories regarding Emi Martinez in the news there. Even Man United source, who is incredibly reliable and only puts out news stories when they are really significant, as posted in the last 10 minutes, Emi Martinez is ready to say yes to Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano. that him saying that and them saying that is quite big. It's absolutely massive, to be honest, for Manchester United. It really is. And you know what? Again, when you look at that and you look at the people that are now reporting Emi Martinez, it does carry legs. It really does carry legs. And this, I feel, is the bigger news right now. Actually, Emi Martinez is taking over Brian Mbeumo news right now. And you know what? I'll even add that João Palhinha on loan. That being bigger right now, because that is smart from Manchester United. That's incredibly smart work from Manchester United if we can get João Palhinha in. Actually, get into the comment section on this and hit me up in the live chat, please, everybody. João Palhinha on loan from Bayern Munich. Is that smart from Manchester United? Would you go for that as your midfield option this season? I tell you what, that's a different kettle of fish for me. It really is. Can you imagine a world where you get Emi Martinez, Mbeumo Cunha, João Palhinha on loan, and a striker? That's 5. That's half a team. Half a starting lineup for Manchester United. All Premier League proven, apart from the striker, depending on who we go for. I'm all in. I'm all in on that one. All day. Big up FUTV Army chat. Mods, Adam, you do great work. Mark Ash, thank you, buddy. Improved recruitment showing in the likes of Chido, who, when asked if was looking to getting away for the summer break, said no, I will be spending the time training hard to improve. Well done, lad. They know the character of the players. This is what was promised to them. Pathways, Vival, Wilcox, Barada. Work hard. Get your chance, get your opportunity. It will happen at Manchester United. Heaven, same thing. 2 teenagers, 3 teenagers, 4, 5. In fact, going through the list of teenagers making Manchester United debuts off the top of my head this season alone in Manchester United starting lineup. Am I missing anyone? Yoro, Heaven, Amas, Fredrickson, Chido. Talk to me in the chat, anybody. Did I miss anyone there? But I make 5 teenagers making Manchester United debuts last season, off the back of the first transfer window that Ineos have had at the football club. And yes, all debuts under this regime. And yes, all these debuts actually were Ruben Amorim. Am I right in saying that? Yes, they were. Because Joro didn't play until Ruben took over Manchester United. That's an interesting fact, isn't it? Hey, there you go. Figured that one out on my own while it was live. Think I do deserve a like for that, don't I? Get in there, everyone. Oosh. Anyway, let's get in. João Palhinha in the chat, please. That's a bit high. What are you doing? João Palhinha in the chat, everybody. Talk to me. Tottenham are interested in a brown number from Brentford. That will take the evil play Champions League football, then go to Man United. I don't understand what you're saying there at all, mate, to be honest. Didn't make any sense. With Onana being involved with Mbeumo joining, I don't see him leaving. I don't think United are going to be bothered about that. Yeah, come and join Man United, then we can say bye-bye to you, Andre. Thanks for doing that job, mate. It's the best thing you've done for the club. That sounds harsh, doesn't it? Sorry. I'm sick of watching crap football, that's all. Sorry, I don't want to dig a man out. I just did, and I'll hold my hands up, I'm wrong. But you're thinking it as well. Come on. It's not just me. Is Palhinha a press resistant 6? If so, let's go. You know he is. He played at Fulham for God knows how many seasons. He absolutely bossed Manchester United every time he came. He is comfortable, competent, and another Portuguese / South American winning player. We are absolutely building a monster of a team. Our spine is full of South American flair, grit, and determination. If you sign, you sign me Martinez, you're going from Martinez to Casemiro and Palhinha and Bruno to Cunha to whoever else it is up front. But that spine, holy shit balls, people. I mean, come on. That is something to get excited about, surely. And that, I think, is personally why I feel so much more upbeat about what's happening with Manchester United right now. I do. I really do. Quickly, just to go over everything. Moise Keane is an option for Manchester United as a striker. That was another story that came out before. Apparently 44 million. I don't think anybody's on board with that at all. I did say that Manchester United turned down the Antony approach from Real Betis, wanting full sale. Antony could indeed end up on the pre-season tour with Manchester United. Ruben apparently doesn't want him there, as well as the other headaches, but Antony really is a different kettle of fish when it comes to the issue and wanting him away. It's not like Garnacho, Sancho and Rashford. We've always said that, and I feel sorry for Antony a little bit because he has shown some balls in moving away from Manchester United and finding a club that works for him and does want to leave. He's actually happy to leave Manchester United. So I've got no issue with Antony. If Antony wants to come back to pre-season, he's more than welcome. Just to keep him going, no issue at all. Rashford, as the news has said, doesn't want to come back himself, even though Ruben's already said it. So Rashford getting in there to try and say that he has already said he doesn't want to go on Man United's tour, it's clearly showing that there is a massive, massive separation and fallout between him and Ruben. And the water under the bridge, that's saying it's gone. The bridge collapsed. It's turned into a dam, and the water's stuck there, and that's the wall, Ruben, against the water, which is Rashford going absolutely nowhere. Someone's just going to have to repair that bridge, and that's Manchester United selling Marcus Rashford and gone, and Ruben can carry on. I think, don't know where I was going with that story there, but it kind of made sense, didn't it, a little bit? You know where I'm going with it anyway. I tend to lose the plot a little bit when I get excited about Man United actually moving forward. It's just been a long time. I've not seen Manchester United play well for a while now, and with all of them prices hiked up and all the tickets going up and everything, I pray to God, please God, let the football be better next season, and don't give these fans at Manchester United, including myself, because I will be bitching and moaning, something to moan about. Please, I will be like everybody else. I don't think the hikes are fair. I don't. I think they could be a lot less. They don't have to be £14 on average more for a member or a non-season ticket holder at Manchester United. They don't have to be that high. It could be £5, and you're not really moaning too much about that. 20,000 tickets, that's obviously the other part of the stadium that isn't filled by season ticket holders. Their prices have gone up by that much, and we have category games now as well. So if we're going to run with that, the football has to be better. And Ineos have mounted a load of pressure onto Ruben Amorim here. We have over 2,000 votes on the poll, everybody, which has been running throughout the show. Sorry I didn't mention it earlier on. Are you confident Mbeumo will be a United player? 80% of you have gone yes. That distance in yes and no percentages when we've run this sort of poll on shows has gone bigger and bigger and bigger in that yes column. And with that, I think it is 100% happening, and I am really confident with what has come out recently in the news that the deal is done. Let's just see what's happening. I'm just checking through all of the news and what is going down at the moment. Again, oh God, I'm loving all of these. Martinez and Onana report. They're all over Twitter, all over. 1 in 10 people would want Andre Onana in goal for Manchester United ahead of Martinez. 1 in 10. That's another poll that's been run online that I've just seen now. And like I said before, the tweet that has just gone out from the Argentinian source, I'll just read it out once more again so everybody is aware of it. Manchester United advances in talks for Emiliano Martinez. The goalkeeper is willing to go to United, and formal negotiations with Aston Villa are expected to begin in the next few days. Fucking come on! That's what we want. That's what we want to see. That would... you can clearly see that would really please me if that happened this summer. It would. Quickly as well, everybody, I know the Club World Cup is on, but our match sponsors, Match Bingo, are still running the show, everybody. If you haven't already, please do get involved in our Match Bingo setup, everyone. It is brilliant. The link is in the description. The QR code on the screen gets you in. Download the app now, and with my code and that app there, right now, you get an extra bingo card if you buy 4 cards. So download the app, deposit £5, and on top of that, that £5, they'll double that and put another £10 in for you for new customers. You have to be 18 above and a UK resident also to play. Sorry from anyone overseas. So if you want to add a bit of excitement to these Club World Cup games, then get on to Match Bingo, everybody. It is dead easy to play. All you do when you've downloaded the app is get into your game, pick which match you want. The cards are picked for you. It's like being given a bingo card in a bingo hall, except instead of numbers, it's match events, goals, throw-ins. Get 5 in a row, you win 25 quid. Another row, another 25, and then bonuses for full houses up to £200 to £300. You are missing out if you haven't done it already. There's people in the chat I can actually see now live that have won big on Match Bingo. So please do, if you haven't already, get involved. It is a good game, a great game actually, really enjoyable, because you don't have to think about anything. You just got to watch the game and check your card, and as the events go off or certain things happen, the actual card gets ticked off for you automatically on the app. It is brilliant. Do get involved, everybody. And that's pretty much sums up our show. Fantastic. I've dropped the link to Match Bingo in the live chat there, just so you've got that as well. The links for the shirts as well, and where I got my shirts from, that's also in the description. Also, OK jerseys. Give the video a like on the way out, everybody. That'll take us over 600 live likes, which is absolutely epic. Thank you, everybody. Mods, fantastic job again. Everybody in the chat for all of your input throughout the show. Absolutely brilliant. Love that show. Absolutely great content again from everyone. Not just me, it's you guys who make the shows also. I will see you at 8 o'clock in the morning, everybody. Bright and early. Have a great evening. Be safe out there. It's very, very warm. And yes, let's see what tonight brings us. I'll have it ready